We are live. Now how do I share it?
Do
I do it on YouTube?
Maybe? I don't know. I am not sure.
I do.
Can you do it on YouTube?
Hold on 1 second. Okay. I'm on YouTube. I'm going to copy the link. Okay. Going to Twitter. Lots of moving parts, apparently.
Yep. Yeah. I was making cupcakes before.
Ooh, that's so fun.
It was fun. We got booed last night, where it's just, do you know what that is? Are you familiar?
You got what?
Booed. It's people drop off like gift baskets in our neighborhood. You ring the doorbell and like leave this basket full of stuff, and then you have to do it for two more people. Like a chain. Yeah. I don't know if it's like a Southern thing or if it's just a thing my mom did as a kid and started doing her own. I don't know. But so we got cupcake mix and like icing. So I made cupcakes.
Kind of typing.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been? Besides baking cupcakes.
Besides baking?
Tell me about your life.
Well, I was thinking about this as I was walking back upstairs in like the time. Well, first of all, the last time that we went live might have been March. Do you think that's accurate? Which was like at the beginning of all of this, which is so bizarre. I probably should have gone back and watched it just to like see what we talked about, if we talked about anything, to see how different things are now, you know?
I mean, things are pretty different. Hold on.
Things are very different.
Moment. We just got a package delivery, so someone knocked really loud on our door, and I just wanted to double check who it was.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, life is very different than the last time.
Yeah, I mean, for you, it's very different. I think I've kind of just been doing the same, I think, in the time since I've posted a YouTube video. What has happened to me? Because it's been a long time since I've posted anything on my channel. I started dating someone, stopped dating someone, moved to departments in same job, dyed my hair pink, broke a tooth, got the tooth fixed. And then someone just hit my car. So I'm having a good time. You know, it's a good life.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of ups and downs.
Lots of ups and downs. It's been an interesting time.
I'm on a live stream with Hannah. Yes, I'm live right now. There she is. It's my
Hello.
sister. And Elsa, the cat.
Of course.
And her toast with plant butter because she's lactose free now.
So's Merritt.
Yeah. I feel like everybody is.
Okay. So what have you been up to? Give a general update to your life now.
I have a job that's different than my last job. So now I work at a garden center. It's retail, and I work most days. Not 40 hours a week. Only like almost 30 hours a week. But it feels like it's nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to stay super in the frame.
Oh, I'm just kind of... Mine is so mirrored back and forth that I like move one way.
It's really weird. I'm like on the side and I'm like, oh, I gotta fix it. Oh, that's wrong. Yeah, but I'm also back in New Jersey. I drove back up. I vlogged it, so you can see that on my channel. And that was we're at the beginning of me not making any more videos for like 2 months. And basically not reading that much for that long either. So I'm back in the mood, reading a lot. So that's been nice. The last like month, I went hardcore.
True.
Read 15 books and was like, I'm back.
Have you unpacked yet? All of your books? Yeah.
No. These are my shelves. None of, like, some of it is my decorations and stuff. Like, the whole middle section, like, those are all our family photo albums. And there's so much shit on there. I don't want to clean it. I'd have to clean it all and, like, move it around, figure out where to put it, and then move my boxes upstairs. Hope there's enough space. There probably is enough space. I'm just being...
Probably. Oh, well.
But it is sad not having all my books out. I just have all the books I bought in the last, like, 3 months sitting on the floor. Actually, I have books I bought on Tuesday.
Yes, I want to see.
Okay, keep talking.
Okay. I have all of the books that I have been buying recently, which is really just a lot of historical romances, mass market paperbacks, which I don't enjoy on principle, just like shape and physical wise, but I have probably like 50 of them that I have bought within the past few months that just sit on my end table, because for some reason whenever I buy used books, no matter what, Scout has to sniff them.
Yeah.
So I put them on the table, and then I can't stack them too high because she will sniff them and knock them over.
Makes sense. Okay, so I did not buy all of these yesterday. Or on Tuesday. That's a lie. But I haven't done a haul, except for the one I did in my vlog that went up today at 9 East Coast time. So, if you haven't yet. What am I doing? Oh. Actually, I bought 6. I bought 6 books on Tuesday. I don't have Cemetery Boys here, but because I let my sister borrow it. But I have Winter House by Ben Gooderson. It's a middle grade. There's an orphan sent off by her terrible aunt and uncle to live in this winter house hotel. She discovers the giant library with a magical book that unlocks the puzzle of the family who owns the hotel.
I like it.
Ninth House. We know what Ninth House is.
We do know what Ninth House is.
You should watch our book club discussion of it.
That's true, and it is on Spotify. If you are interested in just listening to the same audio, but on Spotify, it's on there too.
But I have The Haunting of Ashburn House. Spooky.
Is that? No. Okay.
What?
That's not one of the Netflix.
No, that's The Haunting of Hill House, and then the new season is The Haunting of Bly Manor. They're all Shirley Jackson stories. This is just Darcy Coates is like a modern author who writes haunted house books.
Gotcha.
Burn Our Bodies Down. Burn Our Bodies Down. Rory Power.
Have you read that one yet?
No, I bought it. I had the NetGalley arc, but my thing expired, so I didn't get to read it because I was in the middle of not reading anything moment. I bought Wilder Girls without having read it, and I liked it. So I'm like, and I want it. It's pretty.
It's super weird. It is pretty, but it was such a weird book.
Hopefully I'll like it. This is what I'm really excited about. It's called Thornhill by Pam Spy. It's a middle grade book. Like it's written. There are parts with words, but it's also a graphic novel. Like
That's cool.
Graphic novel for middle grade kids.
I like that. That's really cool.
About another orphan. This time there's a ghost. Like,
ugh.
It's a creepy doll.
I hate that. Ugh.
So I'm super excited about that. And then, so those are all the books I got at, what am I talking about? Barnes & Noble. Then I got with Target. Shout out to Target. I'm thinking of ending things. This is one I want to read, like one of the books I want to read at night. The other two that I want to read like in the middle of the night are The Haunting of Ashburn House and Thornhill, because I think those are really the only horror books that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Also Carrie, my friend gave it to me. So I don't want to read that one though.
Fun. You don't want to read that?
I will eventually, but I'm not in the mood for Stephen King at the moment.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of ending things.
Yep.
And at the same time I bought that, I bought The Most Eligible Lord in London.
I like that.
It just has a cute cover. Jamie picked it out. It sounds interesting, so whatevs. And then this is another one my friend gave me, Oryx and Crake. It's by Margaret Atwood. It's like dystopian apocalypse, and there's like two characters, Snowman, who's like the only surviving human, and Jimmy, who was Snowman before some sort of like life-changing event. Don't really know. Hi. That's fun. I haven't done that before. Oh, and then these are the 3 that I bought in the ShopRite checkout line because they were on like a clearance table right next to the ShopRite self-checkout line, and I'm bitch. So this one I'm actually thinking about getting rid of already because I don't know why the fuck I bought it. Like, did I buy it because it takes place in Israel? Maybe. Because it sounds like everybody's Jewish? Maybe. But, like, I don't want to read that. I don't want to read it. I spent $4 on this.
That's not bad.
I know. It's like, it's about a guy, everything's going wrong in his life, so he goes to Israel and then disappears from his apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think his kids are like, let's find him. I don't want to read it. Anyway, then I got these 2 thrillers. The Lost Ones. And this one. And I don't know, this one seems fine. I don't know. It's about a girl who disappeared in the 70s, and this girl was named after her because her mom got really invested in like the search when it all happened. So now she's like feels connected to like this girl who went missing. And then
cool.
I bought because it sounded interesting, and also the author's a woman of color, and those are just like harder to find in the thriller genre for me for some reason. Like I really look, and they're just like they're there. I'm looking for them, and I'm reading them, but they're harder to find. Excited about that. And also, I saw in a vlog, she didn't mention it at all, but Books and Lala recently bought this from whatever charity like bookstore, which is like cool because I had never heard of it before. So now I'm like, somebody's heard of it.
Yeah,
I think.
Should I go get a couple? I'll go get a couple of my new books.
Yes.
I think my bed is very messy, but we're just gonna, actually, it's not that bad. Ignore that.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I was really glad that my camera's kind of pointed up so you can't see my room.
Yeah, I did wonder about that. You and your messy room.
Yeah, it's pretty bad right now. It's like really bad, but it is what it is. What's the book? What book are you reading right now? Oh, actually, you're getting books. I'll tell you what book I just finished. I just finished Conjure Woman by Afia Atakora. And I feel bad about how I feel about it. Because I can tell objectively that it's like not a bad book. Like it's a good book. It's well constructed, it's well written, well researched, obviously put together with a lot of care and thought.
What is?
The book that I'm reading. I started talking about the book that I finished this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad about not liking it. Because I can tell objectively that it is a good book.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I was so bored. I just don't think it was for me.
That's fair.
Yeah, so.
Let's see. I have a couple. So let's see. I have Winter Counts, which I think is a thriller by David Heska, Juan Beely Wyden. Yeah. Which is set on a reservation.
Mm-hmm.
I am interested. After I read The Only Good Indians.
Yeah.
Find more. That was such a weird. It was so weird but really good. And it's one of those things that I'm like still thinking about after the fact.
Yeah.
It's cool. And then, because I want to paint it, I'm going to try to paint it. And Tori's stolen my other copy. I got a hardcover. For what reason? I want to paint it. I want to see how it goes. I'm thinking, like, do I paint it red? What color do I paint this?
Red, maybe like silver. Silver's kind of like sexy vampire color.
Kind of this is the most boring hardcover I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they're basically just like
black.
Really small name on the side.
Mm-hmm. But the spine is silver, so maybe the silver would be cool. I'll have to see what kind of acrylic paints my mom has.
Or metallic red. That can be fun.
And then I have this one that I thought was a really cool step back. This is Samantha James, His Wicked Promise. So it looks like this, but then like this is a cutout.
Oh, and the key?
Yeah, and then it.
Oh, I love that.
Which I thought was really cool.
Fun stuff like that.
Yeah. I've been extremely into step backs lately. That's kind of where my attention is headed. So
like
that's
the covers.
Yeah, they're so pretty.
I'm so glad I have a copy of Ninth House again.
But it doesn't have all your sticky notes in it. Are you kind of sad?
I don't even remember. Did I sticky note stuff?
I think at least a little bit. You tabbed it.
I'll do it again when I read it. Again, because I'm going to read it again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the second book comes out in 2021.
Did they announce it?
I don't know. Let me look and see. I follow Miana, and she talks about it a lot. So I don't know, but she only says that it's 2021 now.
Is this like her first non-Grisha book? Ninth House? Untitled.
I don't know.
To Lee Bardugo. Yeah, it doesn't have like a publication date on what's it called? Goodreads. Like, I love Goodreads. I know that we're all trying to get away from it with like the story graph and like what the other one was on the phone that I deleted. But like Goodreads, like all my stuff is there. It's so easy to use. It's effective for what I need it to be effective for. Yeah, the search function sucks.
Bad.
I can just Google stuff if I don't know how to spell the title. Like, it just does what I need it to do, and I kind of feel bad, but I like. Yeah, and I bought stuff on Amazon. I bought a new tripod, camera, because mine broke. Not bring it with me up from Texas. So every time I've made a video in the last like month, my phone's been like propped up.
Yeah.
On something outside basically. But my sister had a little tripod, but it's like broken. It's like one of the ones where you can like bend the legs and then just stick your phone on it. But the thing that holds the phone up is like, and you just kind of like hope, bend it to the side and hope it stays upright. So I'm excited that I'm getting a tripod. And then I also bought 2 softbox lights. Just like intense,
but so cool.
But like I only can film during the day.
Yeah.
Like as of right now, which is fine, except for the fact that I work basically prime like daylight hours.
Every
day. And I want to be able to film at night for like vlogs and stuff with like good lighting. So maybe I can start taking bookstick pictures with good lighting, because I fucking hate the one that I posted the other day of Cemetery Boys. It's too yellow. And I even tried to make it better, but it was still so yellow. But yeah, I'm very excited for my lights. Like official. I'm still filming on my phone, editing on my phone. I don't know how to do audio, put audio in my stuff, but you know, it works.
Yeah, I've been wanting to, for pretty much no reason, but if we revive the podcast, it could be fun to get like an external mic. I don't know how to edit. That seems like a pain in the ass, trying to edit it with like my camera having to cut video and then the audio to match it. That sounds like something I'm not interested in at all. But if we, what?
Well, you can you know why they do like the clap stuff at the beginning of filming, so to like match up. You can see it in the audio where the thing is, match it with the video, and then you can pair them so that every time you cut one, you cut the other.
Yeah, but I use some weird free editor that I found online, so
that's true.
I don't know how much I would be able to do that. I don't know, but I think it would be cool for this to have a mic just for fun.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a mic too, because I want to film. I like filming outside, but
true,
it's windy. I live next to a highway. Two things that don't really work.
Yeah,
I film outside, so
yeah.
What are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now?
Or tell me about do you have the rest of your books that you wanted to show me that we never got to?
I mean, I have stacks of just mass market paperbacks, then Book of the Month books, and Cemetery Boys that I have recently gotten. I know.
I'm sad that you didn't read it because I wanted to talk about a spoiler at the end, but it's okay.
We can talk about it next time. Okay. Let's see. I finished My Sister the Serial Killer this morning. It was good. I think like a 4-star.
I'll bump it up the list.
Yeah. I think the next one that I guess I have to read is Transcendent Kingdom, which I don't know a lot about. I know that it was a book of the month. Will it let me look at that?
I have an audiobook on hold. It's like about a girl, and I guess she's a woman, but her brother like dies of opioid addiction, and then her mom gets really depressed, and so she kind of like retreats into science to try and figure out why bad things happen. And I think it's kind of about like science versus religion versus faith versus like understanding humanity type situation.
Interesting.
I think.
Sure.
What's up next on the docket?
Up next. Oh, I'm gonna finish the second Poppy War book. The Dragon Republic.
Yes, I was like, The Burning God? No, that's the third one.
Oh, that's the third one. I am 68% into it. That's where I was before my hold ran out last time, so I'm gonna
There's a map of the property. Oh, that's fun. Sorry, I just got distracted.
Sure.
Illustrations? There's illustrations throughout the book.
That looks a lot like the series of unfortunate events situation. I like that.
There gives me a lot of Mysterious Benedict Society vibes. Did you ever read those?
I did, but I don't remember them as much.
I really remember them, but I remember really liking them. I'm like, that's it.
Yep.
Oh my God. I'm so excited for this book.
What are you going to pick next or currently reading? What's your next up?
So yesterday I read The Ballad of Black Tom, which is like a horror novella inspired by Lovecraft. I thought it was okay. I think I'm going to give it 3 stars. I didn't really like it. I think it's because I haven't read the Lovecraft story that's inspired by. But I appreciated the allegory and like about race and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's fine. And then I started City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, and I think it's really cute so far. And I just finished reading Conjure Women this morning, and I guess I'm gonna have like a physical book to read on the days that I'm home, like not working. So I have to pick another one, but I haven't decided yet. Because I want to save these 3 for scary stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of options here.
There are a lot of options.
And I'm trying to like alternate white author, non-white author.
Yeah.
I have already booked out, like, my holds came in for stuff, and it's like all white people, and I'm like, God. So maybe I'll read the Lost Ones. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe something fun.
Yeah.
Winter House. Maybe cry about it. Maybe I'll reread Cemetery Boys. The World is My Oyster. Family Tree.
Oh, man.
I'm excited. This might be the one. This might be the vibe.
It's it. It's the one.
This is what happens when I walk into the children's section of Barnes & Noble and somebody's like, do you need help with something? And I go, no, I'm okay. And then I go, actually, I read Nevermore and I loved it. And I want something similar to that. Can you give me some recommendations? And she was like, yes. And then I said, I've already read The Train to Impossible Places and I've already bought The Hotel Between, which are 2 recommendations I've already got by asking this question. What else do you have to give to me? And she was like, I think you'd like Winter House. And so she found this one and then she was like, have you read The Willoughbys? And I was like, no, but I watched the movie on Netflix. And she pulled the book out and I was like, is that written by Lois Lowry?
Is it really?
Yes! The Willoughbys.
Interesting.
And
I didn't watch
it's
the movie.
It's like a fun kids romp. I mean, it's about 3 kids who have like awful parents, like terrible parents, shocker. But it's like, you know, it's not The Giver for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just fun. And then she gave me Thornhill. So I don't really know how this recommendation came from Nevermore because it's completely different in tone and whatever. But it's so cool. Creepy. This is like the first graphic novel I bought in 5 years? 4 years. I don't really buy graphic novels.
Makes sense.
I don't read them that much.
I've read a couple. I definitely don't buy them. They're kind of expensive. On their, like, by themselves on their own, kind of expensive.
Yeah, this was $20. So, I feel like that's pretty good, especially since it's like, but it's a kid's book.
Yeah.
So you gotta balance it out somehow. But yeah, there's only so many ways I can say I'm excited. So
True.
Maybe I'll reread Ninth House. No, I won't. Not this month.
Not yet.
For new things. I just want to be scared.
I don't know. Have I read anything scary recently? I've been kind of, not that I was out. I did jump into historical romances pretty heavily, but I think I'm getting back into like thriller, true crime books.
I haven't read a romance in so long. Like 5 months probably. It's still my most heavily read genre of the year so far, according to my spreadsheet, but it's because so many in the first like 3-4 months of the year. Where's my phone? It just buzzed. Oh, there it is. So, any good ones?
Romances or scary books?
Romances and scary books.
Okay. I read A Kiss at Midnight by Eloisa James. This book was very funny. It's like a Cinderella retelling kind of, but her stepsister is getting married and she has to go see his cousin, the prince, to like have him approve the wedding, but her dog bites her face, so her lip is all swollen. This is the stepsister. Everything's happened to the stepsister. Okay. So the stepmom's like, she can't go see him looking like this because she's so beautiful and everything.
She sends the other sister?
Yeah. So she sends the other sister and she has to pretend to be engaged to someone who's like, he's a himbo and much younger than her, but like they're in-laws. So it's like such a weird relationship. But then she ends up falling in love with the prince.
The prince thinks he's engaged?
He ends up figuring out within like the first day of her being there that she's not her stepsister.
Okay.
So it's not like to everybody else, they're like, what's happening? But he knows that, like, she's not her sister.
Oh, that made me nervous for a second.
I know. But there was this really funny, so her stepsister's, like, thing, her shtick is that she has these 3 dogs that she takes everywhere.
That's kind of cute.
It is cute, but they're, like, crazy, untrained, like, little yappy dogs. And so there's this moment where she asks, like, the prince a question for something, and he's like, I don't know, is it not in your purse? And she's like, no, my purse is full of cheese.
No, my purse is full of cheese. That's iconic.
It was very funny.
The only time I've read a historical romance with a dog in it, it's actually one of my favorite historical romances. To seduce a scoundrel, and the main girl has a tiny little dog named Mouse, and she like gets married at the very, very beginning of the book, and she moves in her dog, and she basically just like demands that people get used to it, and this dog is like thinks he's a big guy, but he's like this big. Mm-hmm. He runs that household.
Of course.
It's very cute.
And then I liked You Deserve Each Other.
Yeah.
Do you know about that one?
It's the one where they're engaged, but they don't want to get married, so they try to get the other one to call it off, because the one who calls it off has to pay for
everything. Yeah. I would say like before the halfway point, it like flips to where they're kind of falling back in love again. But this one was really funny too.
Love that.
I read Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky.
I want to read that.
I liked the beginning part. Oops. That's my watch. It was Siri. Hi, Siri. Let's see. The beginning was really good. I think the ending was kind of weird and maybe too fast, so I didn't like the very ending bit, but the rest of it was really good.
Okay, I want to get that. I want to read it, but it's so long that I'm like,
it's ginormous.
I'm really scared of like really long audiobooks. I kind of cut it off at like 15 hours.
Yeah.
But like
more than enough.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, I need to get an e-reader. Because I don't want to buy all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I could just rent the ebook from my library. But I don't have one. Actually, there's one in my brother's room, but it's literally so dead. I can't find the charger. And he like is never going to come back to like figure it out for me. And I'm like, God, what an ass.
Is it too, I mean, that would be hard to read on your phone, I guess.
Like I just don't like reading. I don't like the formatting of ebooks, like from Libby on my phone. My phone is my preferred fan fiction reading.
So you like the scroll?
Yeah, I like the scroll, but also just like the way AO3 is formatted is like that's the first kind of thing, like long form things I read on my phone. So it's kind of what I was used to. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the font is never small enough with ebooks. Like there's only so small you can make the font, and I want it to be smaller. Not so I can't see it, but like
I feel like AO3 isn't that small though.
I know, hold on. Okay, so like that's what AO3 looks like. You know? Okay. And then let me just go rent a book on Libby real quick.
Well, I might have maybe. I don't know. Hold on.
Just downloaded a book called Survival of the Fritters. It looks like it's a cozy mystery.
Is this not here? Here's one. Is this not tiny? Oh, it won't focus. Look at my phone. Is that not tiny enough for you?
Not small enough.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's like so slightly different, but it doesn't go to the edge of the screen, and I don't like it.
How tiny this is. Okay, you can like reformat it though.
I want it to scroll. I think that's what it is. I just wanted
hate having to scroll.
I wanted to scroll, and I don't want to have to stop scrolling for like chapters. I just wanted to like. Whoop.
Okay, well, a Kindle or e-reader is not going to do that for you.
I know. I think I just don't like it on my phone. I don't know what I like. I actually literally know nothing about what I like, my preferences, or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Oh! House of Salt and Stars just came in. Sorry. I'm excited. I wanted to read this one for a while, but it was like a really long wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Survival of the Fritters I downloaded because it was completely available, like just borrow, ready to... In the time that I was reading it, someone put it on hold. In those 3 minutes. Because
you never know what anyone else is doing.
One person is waiting. That's crazy. What time is it? So we've been live for 36 minutes. Do you want to do like another 10 minutes?
Yeah.
45 minutes? Okay, cool. What have I read recently? Not much. That's a lie. I finished The Chalk Man on Tuesday.
What did you think?
I didn't like it. Did you like it?
I haven't read it. I've heard mixed things about it.
I only have really heard good things about it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, like, it's not that I hated it. I didn't hate it. At no point was like, I don't like this. It's just felt completely neutral. I was never surprised by anything. And even when I was surprised by anything, I was never like, oh my God, that changes everything. I was like, okay, I can kind of see it. I didn't see it coming, but sure. You know, I think it was just anticlimactic.
Yeah, I brought One by One over, even though I've already read it, because that's how I felt about kind of this one, where it's like the ending, where I was like, okay, I can't. And you're like, you kind of know what's happening, and then once you figure out why it's happening, I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
It's just, and I know that everybody's like, a good twist can make or break a book, but when I'm reading a thriller, I really want a good twist, because I know that even if I'm actively disliking a book, a good twist will save it for me.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Behind Her Eyes.
I don't think I've read that one.
I wasn't actively disliking it, but I was getting to a point where I was like, this is pretty boring. Like, I kind of just like want to get it over with. And I got to the end, and the last 10% literally blew my mind so fucking hard that it's like one of my favorite thrillers that I've read.
Wow.
Because that twist I thought was incredible. I know there are people who don't like it, and it's one of the twists where it's like straight up half and half, either love it or hate it. Like, there's nobody meh about it. So like, I know that a good twist can like do that all, but it's just like, yeah, I just
You didn't like The Chalk Man?
Yeah, I was kind of sad. I still think I'm gonna read that author's other books.
Which author is it?
E.J. Tudor. She has like 3 out now. But we only know about 2 of them because I've literally heard nobody talk about the second one. I think.
Interesting.
Her new one's The Other People. If you've heard of it. Yay. I've read a few really good memoirs lately. I think I really like a good memoir if it's like a topic I'm already interested in. So like, I really liked When They Call You a Terrorist, which is by one of the founders of the Black Lives Matter movement. It was really, really good. And then I read Into the Dream House, which is about a woman kind of in this sort of like surrealist way. It was a memoir of her abusive relationship. So that one was really, really good. So Little Weirds by Jenny Slate, kind of a memoir, also kind of surrealist or whatever, absurdist. Very good. I cried.
I read I guess I listened to it, a YouTuber's memoir. It was interesting. Do you remember the girl who got hacked?
Yes.
So I think she wrote a book before that happened, and it was talking about her life. It didn't really say anything about like her YouTube career or getting hacked. So she was never like a person that I followed. I think it was a bubble that I just wasn't in at that time. But it was an interesting and like very sad book.
Sad? That's not.
It was kind of sad.
It's always. I mean, I feel like memoirs are always kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's always like I went through something horrible. Time to write it, and I'm like, oh God. But I read them.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be a nonfiction person, but of the 15 books I read last month, 6 of them were nonfiction. So, I don't know. It's like my third largest genre category.
Wow.
So far, nonfiction, because I've read so many in the last like 2 months. So strange.
The other book that I read before My Sister the Serial Killer, I read The Sundown Motel, which was okay. I think.
Who's that by?
Simone C? No, that's not right. Hold on.
Is that the one with like the old-timey hotel sign on the cover?
I guess I didn't know enough about it. Because I thought it was like a nonfiction book.
Oh.
But it was not. So I think that's where.
A thriller?
It is a thriller. Simone St. James. Well, but I've been reading I read Helter Skelter, which was interesting. And then the Vincent Bugliosi books. He's just like a true crime lawyer writing books. And then I have another one called The Sea and the Sea Will Tell that I was listening to. So I think it was like sandwiched in between 2 books that were nonfiction, that I thought this one was going to be nonfiction. Gotcha. And I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah. You know what I need to read? This is what in July, I started reading the Southern Book Club's guide.
Haven't finished it yet?
I have not picked it up since July, so I'm only 95 pages in. It's been 2 months. I'm not going to restart it, but I am going to finish it this month. Seasonal. But I was going to say, the reason I thought of it is because the book club that they're in, they read true crime books. Like, have you read this?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it like starts off in the very first chapter is like all these ladies, like the book club that they're in is being run by this like super uptight lady. Like she wants a 20-minute presentation on the author's life at every meeting. Yeah, it's like, and it's always like books to enrich you in your mind, which like, fuck that. And then they all leave the meeting like, this was lame. And then everybody but her kind of gather around and we're like, do you want to read something fun? And because they read Helter Skelter. That's why I thought of it. But yeah, only 95 pages in. I've heard mixed things. I've heard mostly good things, but I've heard 2 like pretty negative things.
I follow Olivia with Olivia Reads Latte. She likes the vampire book. My mom is in 2 book clubs. One of them is with our neighborhood, and she always has interesting and occasionally not nice things to say about the people in our neighborhood. But they've been trying to do like Zoom meetings lately. I've been on 2 Zoom calls. Actually both that I guess had to do with like my work, but not in like an official capacity, you know? But I haven't done a Zoom where like 15 people are trying to talk at the same time. That sounds like a nightmare.
It's hard. Yeah. Yeah. Like I've been on a Zoom call in like forever, but yeah, they're not the funnest. Okay.
Yeah. But I think they read for one of them, maybe for her other book club, the one that's not our neighborhood. I think they read an LJ Shen book. I know.
It's like dark.
She wrote one book about this girl who like goes back to like Ireland or something where her dad lives, because her.
Did you read that?
I haven't read that one yet.
Oh, somebody read that and didn't like it.
I haven't read it, not that I remember, but I think they read that one.
Nice. Yeah. I think probably Chandler read it.
Probably. I think it was Chandler that didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't think she liked it. Okay. We talked for 45 minutes.
Jeez. Any last words?
Last words. I love reading even if I don't do it. That's really
true.
Say.
I would say that while you stopped reading and filming for a little bit, I've been reading the whole time, just have no will to film myself.
Make videos.
It's so difficult.
I want to retweet them and be like, this is my friend.
Okay, but I've had like really bizarre luck lately where it's like I'm filming and then like, oh, I broke my tooth, and then what else happened? I got broke up with, and I was like, never mind.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I watch your little vlogs and your wrap-ups and stuff because I think they're fun. I like to see what you read because you read so much.
I do. I'm like kind of all over the place, but it's
How many
really.
books have you read so far this year?
So I read like 5 books that I haven't marked in my Goodreads yet, which is funny. I don't know if I'll ever put them in there. I know I hit my reading goal.
I've finished 112 books.
I'm at 127.
Nice. 112 it was the amount I read last year. So to get there 2 months before last year is pretty cool, except for the fact that last year I didn't start reading until March. So it's basically exactly the same.
It's pretty close.
I'm extremely consistent is what I've learned, is that I have some very good months and some very bad months.
I think I would be interested because I tried to, I don't remember what I had last year, but I accidentally pulled up the like Goodreads Choice Awards. I'd be interested to like read the nominees for those. I know Kayla does a video.
She does the mystery thriller ones.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be fun to do the romance ones, but then I look through them and I'm like, I don't want to read half of these.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's somebody that I follow on Instagram, and her Goodreads, her reading challenge every year is to try and read a stack of books as tall as she is. Which
That's so cute.
So fun, but it means that you have to like own the books.
Yeah.
And like I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's time to wrap it up. Cry, very sad. This has been really fun.
It was fun.
We'll hang out again. Mm-hmm. I think we'll bring the podcast back. I think we should structure it a little less and just make it us talking about a topic. Or read stuff. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Bye.